Welcome to the Morning Mayhem Show with the morning crew, Tommy and Mama Manny.
And your host, Jim Amato.
Good morning, Woodland, and welcome to today. It is March 5th. I just went over it. A second ago, I said, hey, what is today's date? And I said, March 5th, and I was correct. It is a Tuesday, and it is a B-day. It is the second day of the week, which is always the worst day of the week for me. I know other people complain about Mondays, but I had a whole weekend to kind of recoup and get ready. Tuesday just lets you know that yesterday was only dress rehearsal for the rest of the week. That's how I feel about Tuesdays. I don't know.
Okay.
They're brutal.
I like it.
Hey, for this week, we have the Best Buddies month. We're going to reach out to Best Buddies and get them to come up here and talk to us a little bit more what that means. Congratulations again to the Woodland Swim and Dive team. That's the 2024 NVL champions. The three-peat. And we have some honorary. Do you have these? You want to give those a shout out there?
I don't have my glasses.
Oh, so we have Nolan Bernier, NVL champion, the 500 freestyle.
Yep.
And we set a school record in the 400 free.
Wow.
With
look
Bernier,
at that.
Einon,
5'10",
Weisenbacher,
73.
and Starsman. Yeah,
Wow.
that's fast.
That is fast.
Well, actually, anybody that's in a pool that's swimming is faster than I am. So I don't think.
Even in the crawl.
Yeah, even in the crawl. I can't do the doggy paddle. I'm just trying to stay afloat, really, get from one end to the other end. And don't forget to bring in those boxes of cereal or anything else you have so that we can knock them down. Set them up, knock them down. Your advisory could win a Dunkin' party. What is involved in that Dunkin' party? Dunkin', excellent. So if you have some pasta boxes, that's 10 points. But if you have cereal, that's going to be 20 points. So that's additional points for the bigger boxes. Club awards. If you have a club, you might want to put in your award, like it's your nomination for that, your application before April 12th. We still got some time on that. And the dance team is going to be having their dance clinic on March 16th. So that's going to be from 12 to 3 in the gymnasium. So March 16th, if you want to learn how to be a dancer. Don't forget to listen to us every morning at 7 a.m. Follow us on Instagram at morningmayhem.show. We do have a TikTok at morningmayhem.show. However, there's nothing on it. So you can go take a look at it and it'll just be our logo. But eventually, they'll be filled with goodness. On today's date in history, this was the 1770 Boston Massacre.
Christmas addicts.
Yes.
This is one that a group of colonists messed with. I don't think it was the armory. I think it was like a treasury. And there was just one guy on guard or whatnot. And he got nervous.
Armory.
It was armory?
It was an armory.
And got a little nervous. And then someone either said fire or someone fired into the crowd. And then several people died. And they said that was the beginning of
5 people.
5 people.
Yes,
and they
I
said that was
my history.
beginning of the Revolutionary War.
Well,
Not the beginning. It ignited
the spark that led to it.
Exactly.
Lexington and Concord.
Because I think Paul Revere leaned into it, and he was.
It became a big rallying cry.
Yeah. Today's famous birthdays. Michael Irvin's birthday's today.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly. Even though he is a cowboy, I'm going to give him a shout out. He's now a sports analyst, and he does a good job. I kind of like what he does. And Eva Mendes. I don't know if you know anything about her, but her performance in Hitch. Hitch is one of my favorite movies. I don't know why, but I just enjoy that movie. And Jake Lloyd.
Wow.
Jake Lloyd. He's getting a birthday. He's getting a birthday shout out because after Phantom Menace, that was pretty much the last time we ever saw him. Man, that kid took a lot of heat for Anakin Skywalker's performance, but that's neither here nor there. And it's also National Sportsmanship Day, which is really weird because it's like right between when sports are happening.
March Madness.
March Madness starting, but for us in the springs, like things are ending before things are starting. And it's also National Cheese Doodle Day. And if you're listening to us live on Instagram right now and you want some cheese doodles, whoever gets here first, I have bags of cheese doodles for you. So if you would like some cheese, no, I did. I brought some cheese doodles.
What about for us?
Oh, well, if no one else takes them, then yeah, I will give them to you. But
we get leftovers.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Well, which cheese doodle do you like?
The free kind?
Well, there you go. the big puffy kind.
The free kind?
I heard that the first time.
Equal
Yeah.
opportunity cheese doodles.
Does anybody know what it's called when you get the cheese dust on your hands?
No.
That doesn't-
Failure.
Joy.
Joy.
No, there's an actual name for it.
Overindulgence.
I can't remember.
Gluttony.
It just came to my head now that there's a name for it, but I can't remember. And I'll have to take a look. I'll look it up a little bit later on. All right, that's all I got. Over to the sports desk with Mama Manning.
All right. Good morning. What a hard fought battle last night. Boys basketball in their first state game. They were a 30 seed up against a 3 seed in New Britain.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah, we kept it close through 3 quarters. They slipped in the 4th quarter, but it was a hard-fought game, as I said. Very physical, points on both sides, a lot of threes. They were shooting threes down from downtown. Oh, we have a taker?
I think we have cheese doodle people. Cheese doodles? Oh no.
No.
Oh, they didn't. Cheese doodle? Oh yeah. All right.
See,
So,
Sophia.
well, I have 2. I have crunchy and I have puffy. Which one would you like? There you go.
Enjoy.
All right, enjoy. Sorry about interrupting there. Go ahead.
She's in a new ECA commercial, by the way.
Is she really?
Yes.
Oh, we have to go look that up.
Yes.
All right.
And as I was saying about the game, very hard fought, and our coach was a little hot under the collar there, double T's, and he got ejected.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oof. All right. Wait a minute. Let me tell what day today is. Today is National Sportsmanship Day.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that was
The
last
day of
night.
That was
Atonement.
last night. So yeah. All right. He's in the
Today
thing.
is great.
It's all good. It's all good.
But I heard as a result, we have to drop our first 2 games. I'm not sure about that, but
We have to drop
we
him.
have,
I thought
we have to forfeit.
I thought he does. I thought the coach
I
couldn't be
don't
on
know.
the floor.
I don't know. We'll have to find that out.
All right.
Mama's worried.
Yeah, I think you have every reason to be worried.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else in sports?
No, swim and dive on Friday for their states.
They start states?
Yes, Friday.
Now they do team or is that individual now? We should ask them when they were here.
Yes.
Well, that's on
Andrew
me.
walked by.
All right.
I'll try to grab him. He's coming now.
Well, we'll hold on to him.
All right.
And while we're waiting for him, we're going to bump over to news with Tomlin.
Hello, a couple top stories to start your day. First off, we have discovered the name of cheese dust. It is Mr. Mata.
Cheadle. I knew it had a name.
Always has a name. Okay, a couple top stories to start your day. First off, welcome to Super Tuesday. Much excitement. No, just me.
Yeah. Well,
Just me?
wait, I think I just covered that. I hate Tuesdays.
It's Super
I don't
Tuesday
care how
though.
super it is. It's a Tuesday.
Today, contest from coast to coast. Go to the ballot to determine who will be the nominees to stand as president of the United States in November. It's a 3-way race right now between President Joe Biden for the Democrats versus Joe Biden. And on the Republican side, it is former President Donald Trump and Nikki Haley. Okay.
Yeah, all right,
okay,
yeah.
All right.
There's the excitement
All right.
everybody has for the
That's the
election.
appropriate amount of
Yesterday,
excitement.
Supreme Court ruled that President Trump can remain on the ballot and that states do not have the power to enforce the 14th Amendment.
Oh, boy.
Why am I the only one excited about this stuff? Gangs in Haiti tried to seize control of the main airport in the newest attacks on key government cities, while the de facto acting president of Haiti is missing somewhere in Africa trying to get UN support for a peacekeeping mission.
Like that's a response on every story this morning.
Eagles center
silence.
Jason Kelsey retires after 13 NFL seasons and 1 Super Bowl ring.
All right, there you
All
go.
right, there we go.
I've been listening to their podcast. That's their fun podcast with the Kelsey brothers.
All right, and let's just end there because I have other stories, but I don't really think there's going to be much excitement based on the reaction.
The reaction you've gotten
So
so
we'll just
far.
end with a high note. Kelsey's
right.
retiring, not the Taylor Swift Kelsey, the other
The
one.
other one. I think he's already married one. So
With
he can,
kids.
The one who's already married, who
With kids.
with kids.
He has kids.
Yes, 2 kids.
Wow,
2
All right.
girls.
that's awesome. There's your
Andrew
news.
is here.
Andrew,
Tell us about
Hello.
the schedule for swim at the end
how
of the
does
week.
swim work for states?
All right. So on Friday, there's state trials, which is the top 36 kids in an event that qualify with a certain time. And then state finals is after state trials on Monday. And it's the top 24 in an event with a certain time that you have to
So
qualify
it's individuals now.
with. Yeah.
So it's not a team.
Well, there are relay events, but
Well, yeah,
there is a
exactly.
team.
But not like you're not going to have like multiple events and an aggregate score.
Right.
You're going to try to win your medley. You're going to be trying to win
Yeah.
your event.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Good luck, guys. That's
Thank
pretty
you.
impressive.
Thank
3
you.
in a row.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Kyle's here.
And that was the news with Tomlin.
Well, that
There
was
we
slow.
go.
We gotta get some better news.
Yeah.
I just rolled with the fact that
Go
the
for a
news
different
was so
country.
exciting.
Let's look at France's news next time.
Oh, you don't want to see French news.
This morning, our special guests are Kyle Egan and Ian Youngs. And we're here to talk a little bit about some of the success that Kyle's been having playing the clarinet. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So, first and foremost, what got you into clarinet?
In 5th grade, everyone started playing an instrument. I was a very hands-on kid. I wanted to do everything. So when they brought in all the instruments in elementary school, I was like, yep, I'm going to do that. And the only reasoning behind the clarinet was that it was similar to the recorder, in my opinion.
Ah.
It's like a really big recorder.
Solid.
Yeah, like a bigger recorder.
All right.
So I was a fan of the recorder.
And you've been playing that for 7 years now.
It's something like that. In my freshman year, I switched to bass clarinet. So
What's the difference between
the
Regular
bass
clarinet.
clarinet is lower. It's bigger. Yeah.
That's basically it. Yeah, it's a completely different beast, but it's in the same family. So
now for your just your audition that you had for the Connecticut? It's like Connecticut states. Like we just had the swim team on. They made
Exactly.
states. You just made states.
Yeah.
What led you up to getting to that moment to try out for states?
Well, before I did that, I had to audition for regionals and make that. So that was step one. And then everyone who did that, there are 4 regions. And then everyone who did that was able to audition for all states.
But
Now-
not guaranteed.
But not guaranteed.
Right.
What are some of the key elements to the clarinet? Like, what does she have to work on when she's playing the clarinet?
the biggest thing I think that sets Kyle apart would be tone. Even her judges would comment that her tone was very clear and supported, and it's kind of one of the things where you can tell a clarinet player has actually put in the time when they don't sound right. So the fact that they could tell right away that Kyle has put in time was a huge deal. So the tone is the base one. The other one's technique. I mean, with most other instruments, you have a key that you get to push down. So you make a seal over a hole, but clarinet, it's all finger pads. So if you have a finger that's not in the right place, you're just gone. So a lot of technique, a lot of tone work, and that's what Kyle put in the time on. So.
And I think that's what I noticed in that clip that you sent me. We have one here too, and you'll be able to hear just how clear she's actually on this. Now, while I was listening the first time you had sent that, I was like, how does one breathe that long to get that many notes to play in that amount of time?
You have to be strategic about it. You have to find places to breathe. There's always a rest somewhere that you can inhale during. That's what I look for.
Do you have practice that you do to keep your breath up?
Yeah, especially when I started playing the bass clarinet. I didn't like it at first because it required so much more air. And when it didn't immediately sound good, I was like, this is not fun. So working on that, long tones, those are important. And just by playing concert music, when I'm playing the bass line, I have a lot of that anyway. So that's good practice too.
When was your CMEA concert?
The regional one
Yes.
was in January.
That was in January.
Mhm.
And did you have the All States yet?
No, that's in April.
April. Is that open to everyone?
Yes. So
Oh.
tickets will go online shortly, and I'll get the link out. I'll post that to the school. And
Fantastic.
yeah, And it's one of those events where it'll be in Hartford, so it's a little bit bigger of a deal than one of the regional ones. It's just at a high school, so it'll be at an actual center that you can see it. So it's actually a 2-day thing. So there's day 1 will be choirs and jazz band. Day 2 is orchestra and band.
Fantastic.
And how do you organize everybody to come together into a symphony of sound and trying to teach them the basics and get them to that level where it's going to sound good together?
Yeah, I think the first thing is that a lot of the students who will audition already want to be there, so they have a will and an impetus to go and practice their part. But 2, when they hire specific people to come and direct the band, so it's always someone bigger. Like we've had bigger names in band, like Frank DeKelly, who's a big composer out at USC, come in and do stuff. So they're very motivational. They're very quick working, and they know how to get the best out of the students as fast as they can.
And what are you looking for? Are there any instruments that we're missing that we can reach out to someone for next year, still looking to fill their schedule, and say, hey, this is a spot we need to fill?
Yeah, so what's nice is that I've been down to the middle school quite a bit, and a lot of the students coming up are kind of replacing the students who are leaving. So unfortunately, we're going to lose Kyle this year, but we have a student coming up who's super excited to continue on bass clarinet. So, a lot of it is like we're missing saxes. So, and I've talked to, Ethan Valentino, tried to get him back, but, he didn't want to do that for this. So, but
We'll get him back.
we tried.
I
But
hear Bill Clinton's available.
yeah, so saxophone is kind of our need right now. And it's it's not that hard to pick up and learn, and we have a couple people who want to transition, so we'll go slowly and work on it.
All right. What's your favorite song to play on clarinet? Not that I'm necessarily going to know it.
Is it Three Blind Mice? That's all I remember from Recorder.
So I don't remember Three Blind Mice from Recorder. I don't know if I have a favorite song to play. I can tell you last year our spring concert music was really fun. We played Pirates of the Caribbean, and that was just fun for like the whole band. So
And I think we have a little bit of you mixing in with the whole band as well. So we'll see what that sounds like. Now, how do you get to blend all that? Can you hear it, or is it just like when to bring the pieces in?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is like it's trusting in the ensemble first. Like, can you trust them to play their parts correctly? And then as you're rehearsing, you go, that's not exactly what I wanted to hear. Let's mold that into something closer to what my vision is. And so, a lot of it is the trust that I can get you to where you need to be, and then you can make it there.
And are there other opportunities for other people to make states?
So the way that Connecticut works it out is that you audition for your regional bands, and there's a cutoff score for that. And occasionally, like, they'll have to change that for all states. But if you kind of make it into regionals, you're then eligible to make it into all state. And then even when you get there, then there's another cutoff that you have to make. And so it's a one-shot deal. And so every year you get to, retry if you can. But and every year the score is going to be different. So this year, a lot of people were shocked at how high some of the scores were, considering we're coming out of COVID.
I think Kyle was shocked at her own scores.
Kyle was every time she was shocked. When she came out of the audition, she was like, well, that was terrible. And I was like, that's not a fair assessment.
Now, are you going to be able to carry on? Are you going to keep playing clarinet, even though it's going to end now? High school?
I mean, I know I'll keep playing throughout high school. I have a few months left. But then once I go to college, I still want it to be something I can do, outside of my classes.
All right. Well, if you're into saxophone and you're looking for something to do next year, or if you want to come in and have a bass clarinet solo, well, reach out to Kyle. I want to thank Mr. Youngs for coming in, Kyle for stopping by. For us, that's Mama Manning. Tomlin just took off. I'm Amato. Good morning, Woodland.
Congratulations.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Morning Mayhem podcast. Morning Mayhem is broadcast live from Woodland Regional High School in Beacon Falls, Connecticut, each and every school day. Follow us on Spotify, Anchor FM, or wherever you find your latest podcasts. And for more information on the show, upcoming guests, and past episodes, visit our show website, morningmayhem.show.